Alright, so the big PC upgrade is finally complete, so I figured I'd re-record my flyover of North Canberra and add on a little bit of a South Canberra flyover since I haven't done much on that front as well. So this is now running on my RX 5800X and RTX 3080, so everything's cranked as far as it can go. Except for resolution, don't have a 4K monitor. This is 1080 ultra wide, so 2560 by 1080. So there's obviously, you know, if someone's got a 3090 out there, they're going to be able to do the 4K equivalent. But this looks plenty good for the setup I've got, and I don't really want to spend $3 on a graphics card. So I hope this is enjoyable and interesting. So we've got some nice clear weather, just a little bit of partial cloud. It's 9:30 in the morning here in real life, and pretty much matches what I can see out the window. So taking off over Canberra Airport, and we're just heading past the main terminal now. So let's head over Mildura Park. So it's the scenery hasn't been updated at all, so IKEA is still not there. The circus is still in town, so that won't look any different. Also, the photogrammetry scenery ends just north of Kayleen, so Gungahlin and such are still about the same. There's I've noticed a little thing that's different now that I've pushed out the draw distance as far as I can. There's little geometry issues. Like you can see that little pyramid just over the left corner of my nose there. That'll disappear in a moment. That seems to be just some weird thing that occurs at the very edge of the terrain data. It's a weird little bug, and wasn't visible before, but they disappear. I think it's to do with streaming in the better quality scenery. Alright, so we just headed slightly southbound. So I'm taking Parliament House, etc. So you can see Duntroon, I believe. And there's the airport, there's the Canturf farm, and Fishwick is just obscured by my pillar there. You can see Fishwick coming up there now. Alright, so we can see Parliament House just down there on the front. Solar flare there. Let's jump outside of the plane, get a better look. All the pollies have gone home for the holidays at the moment, so the amount of activity in Parliament House is pretty much exactly the same. There's old Parliament House there. National Museum. Just below us we've got Questacon, National Library, Art Gallery. No sign of the Memorial jet. To the Carillion though. come in over Civic. It's Casino Canberra. So I didn't get a good look at City Walk last time because we focused on the smackies. So let's take a look at City Walk. Legislative Assembly and City Walk. The north quarter of Canberra Centre. Now headed towards the ANU campus.
500.
Let's get a bit of altitude so we can take a look at the tower.
500. 500. 500.
So as we can see, the accuracy of the rendering of the tower kicks in a little earlier now, so it didn't look quite as distorted as last time. Not as familiar with this newer model Cessna, so I'll probably make a few more piloting errors. There's the tower. Now obviously some of the details are a little weird when you're close up. Not meant to be viewed from this close. Glenlock interchange in the Arboretum. Let's head to Belconnen.
Clear through the Charlie airspace, Cessna Golf, Sierra Alpha.
There's a few more of those weird pyramids off on the right there. So, Calvary Hospital. Say hello to our good friend Woody. There's Woody the owl. There's the Bunnings. You can read that signage from a little further out. You'll notice the frame rate's a bit smoother too. Home Affairs and Border Force. Westfield. They finally pulled all this down too, the, not those shops, but all this stuff. It's a vacant lot now in real life. I'm sure it'll be turned into mixed residential and commercial before long, like everything else. Ginadera. Man, I'm really impressed with the lighting. Looked good before, but this really does have just that little bit extra fidelity to it. I mean, the trees are all way too tall. Look at these. Like this intersection in real life, the trees are more like the ones that are under the plane. Yeah, this isn't quite rendered right. Something's weird there. But, you know, again, it's not meant to be viewed close up. The fact that it looks so good under close scrutiny is really impressive. Alright, let's angle our way to Gungahlin. I think I turned off a little too early there. I did, and that's definitely not a dirt road in real life. Yeah, so I think this is meant to be McKellar. Yeah, it's McKellar. So we've obviously run out of photogrammetry at this point, which is simulated housing. The layout's right, but this road is crazy. Like, that's, you know, a more high volume road there. Same thing when we get to Kaleen. But here's the turn off to Kaleen. Belconnen Soccer Club. Again, not perfect, but we are looking at this stuff a lot closer than we would in a real flight, so you must forgive it. Build up a bit of speed. I think I'm in danger of stalling. Alright, so Barton Highway interchange. It's angle over Gold Creek this time. Yeah, that's the one thing I wish they could tweak for Australia is the tree coverage. It's just too much. We don't have these big old growth trees like this. So here's Gold Creek. A bit more built up than it is in real life. Lockington Green and the George Harcourt. Yeah, see, it's a little bit more rustic and charming than that. Alright, angle over the golf course at Nichols. And if you come past this golf course in the late afternoon, there's a huge mob of kangaroos that live here. Great little free nature park. Alright. So there we've got Casey Shops, I think. Either that or Gold Creek School, one of the two. I lost my bearings a little bit. It's just unfamiliar enough to... I need to be careful, I might rip the wings off the plane. Okay. Alright, so we're back towards the Barton Highway. So we'll go towards Ford. Okay. So it's following Gundaroo Drive now. Okay, so you can still see the wind turbine over at Amaru School there. I don't know if that's something that'll ever get fixed, to be honest, because I think wind turbines are just kind of a pre-baked item. The game just drops them in, so that'll be a little too big forever. Not a big deal though. So, banking in over Gungahlin here. See the oval, and the big apartment buildings. The design's obviously a little different than in real life, but height's right.
500.
Gungahlin Marketplace. Yeah, new buildings are over here. Cinema will be somewhere around here. It's built. Whenever that happens. But anyway, let's head towards the south now and take in a bit of South Canberra. Now the quality of the interior of the plane is pretty astonishing too in this upgrade. Nice plane actually, it's like a small car. Very, very similar. Alright, enough lollygagging around inside the cockpit. So just flying over some open country right now. It's going to be a little dull, so I'll put a timestamp in the comments for when we get back over something worth looking at. So yeah, we can see the seam there from the two different satellite photos. So we've gone from a higher quality on the right to lower quality. One of the nice things too with this new graphics card is I can have these in-flight displays running at a decent speed. It's one of the things you really have to compromise on to save some frame rate. Yeah, you can see in the little navigation computer there, those little fake spikes. They'll probably disappear in a moment. Yep, there we go. So if you're wondering what the game looks like underneath all the lighting and texturing, that's your 3D model there. Flight Sim, the original Flight Sim looked more like that. Although even the terrain detail in that's way more than the original is capable of. Quite astonishing, really. When I was a kid, one of my favourite games was Gunship 2000 on the old Amiga 500. You know, one of the things that was great about that is you actually got a little bit of terrain rendering, and by that I mean you know, it had these very, very primitive canyons and stuff that you could fly through, and it was really just this big flat plane and then just these, you know, pyramids basically. And at the time that was a huge amount of terrain detail because it, you know, it needed to be. You were flying a helicopter along with, you know, trying to ambush tanks and stuff, so you needed terrain to hide behind. And, you know, it was absolutely sluggish, but it was super compelling. I could have a modernised take on that using this graphics engine, I'd be a happy camper. Alright, so let's go take a look at the zoo. Might be much to see from this altitude, but we can see it includes a new section. So that's really cool. And there's the governor's house over there. It's ripping a dam, of course. Going over Deacon again. Provide a bit of comparison for folks. Kind of hard to see where the turn in for Curtin is, but I think we can pick it up there. I think, yeah, that's the Mint. Skydivers will use that as a landing zone. Or am I way off? Coming up on Phillip. Yeah, no, I'm on the wrong side of the road. That would be Curtin Primary. Okay, I promise we'll get further south than this, but take in a few places I'm familiar with as well. Okay, so there's Alfred Deakin High School. Hello staff and students. And there is the Mint, and there is the oval which skydivers like to use as a landing zone. So let's go check out Woden.
500.
No, I'm at like low altitude. Stop whining. Alright, so here's Woden. So Hellenic Club, and I think we're going to buzz over the Woden School. Shopping centre, directly ahead. Club, heading in towards Phillip. And getting over better music. I get some more guitar picks. Okay, so following Athlon Drive.
500.
So go take in Tuggeranong. Now, I'd love to name all these places, but I'm very, very unfamiliar with South Canberra's suburbs. So, behold, South Canberra. I do know that Canberra is directly ahead. That's about the extent of it. Got thunder on the Brindabellas. That's kind of cool. A lot of new construction there. These shopping things at Canberra. No idea what it's called. Probably not even that new construction. Newish construction. Alright. There is Lake Tuggeranong. And the Tuggeranong itself. This is where in another flight sim I could go thumb button and drop a payload of bombs and do everyone a favour. I'm just kidding. Tuggeranong, you're lovely. Maybe. Right, so there you go. There is Canberra running as pretty as I can make it. And I didn't crash the plane, so I'll go check out this thunderstorm. So I'll keep the video rolling, but you know, if you're just here to see Canberra, we're just flying over wilderness now, so you can check out. Thank you for tuning in and watching the video. If you want to see me fly into a thunderstorm, let's go have a look-see. I actually saw the lightning strike just before. That was super cool. I haven't done much bad weather flying in this because I'm a hack. I have no idea what I'm doing. But let's go check it out. Try not to die. Oh, wow. Whoa. Didn't even see where that struck, but man, that was cool. Starting to get a bit of wind pushing the plane around. Whoa! Wonder at what point we'll start to get a bit of moisture on the canopy. Okay, a bit of lightning dead ahead. Yeah, I'm fighting to keep the plane level here. It's a bit of a crosswind pushing me that way. sound design's really cool too. It's kind of rolling around across the surround sound. No precipitation on the plane yet, though. A little higher. Okay, great. Have a look at your local point of interest. An airport I can't see through the cloud cover. Still no rain. Right in the thick of the cloud now. Ooh. It's a very thin cloud layer, so a lot of dust in the air causing the storm. Starting to poke your heads above the cloud here. Yeah, we're just on that periphery of it. Well, no precipitation, but this is pretty. Alright, so I think I'll stop the recording here, since there's nothing really left to see except some very pretty clouds. But thanks for watching, and let me know in the comments if you have any areas you want me to go and check out. I'll be happy to do some more recording. Ooh, plane's flying level again. Alright, so headed northbound back to Canberra, over the clouds. Right, so thank you for watching, and see you next time.